What up, Giants fans? In today's show, we're going to get to the latest news and rumors surrounding Big Blue, but it is Victory Monday, and we're subbing for Giants dubs. Sub for dubs. You want to get to 8-2? You want to beat the Lions next week? Subscribe. And we're getting closer and closer to 19,000 subs, so help support the channel. Big milestone. We'll love to get there today. We put out videos every single day on the latest Giants news and rumors. We go live every Wednesday. We go live every Sunday. And look, if you're already subscribed, that means you're a real one. So go ahead and like this video if you're enjoying Victory Monday. Seven and 2. The New York Football Giants are 7-2. Enjoy it, Giants fans. This is the best start the Giants have had since the 2008 season. It has been a long time that we could be going into November and the Giants are still going to be one of the best teams in the National Football League. It's been a fun ride so far, but we're just getting started. Welcome into Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. In today's show, we got a lot to talk about. There's rumors about Saquon Barkley already having contract extension talks with the New York Giants. We'll show you some highest paid running backs in the NFL to see what he could look like. We'll also talk about Kenny Golladay because he had some pretty interesting words to say to the media following the win yesterday and him being benched in the second half. And then we got to talk about sexy Dexter Lawrence. The guy is playing like the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL. But let's start with Saquon Barkley, who rushed for 35 times yesterday, 150 yards, and a touchdown. He was amazing. And he showed you, and the Giants showed you yesterday, that they value him. Because you can't say we don't value you and then hand the guy the pill 35 times. He is this offense. He's the engine to this offense. The Giants offense goes as Saquon Barkley goes. And during the bye week, there was rumors that Saquon Barkley and Joe Shane were in talks about a potential contract extension. And that's good. I would re-sign Saquon, but it's going to come down to the money. Saquon Barkley, after the game, was asked about those contract extensions. And he said this: I think I've kind of been vocal before contracts were even brought up about how I feel about this place, what I want my legacy to be in this place. And I want to be a Giant for life. As I said, I've been vocal about that. So if the conversations get brought up again, we'll go from there. It's going to come down to the money, no doubt about it. Saquon Barkley is a guy that deserves every single penny. But I do think it is encouraging that the Giants front office and Saquon Barkley, even though they couldn't get to an agreement on a deal, they couldn't finalize those details, but the fact that they've already been in the meeting room at the negotiation tables and talked about a deal is promising that Saquon Barkley will be back with the Giants on a long-term extension. You got to bring him back. The dude is just more than a running back. He's a captain, he's a leader, and he's one of the best in the biz at the position he plays, and he is the fuel to this offense. What might a contract extension look like? Let's take a look at the top 5 highest paid running backs per year. Christian McCaffrey signed that deal with the Panthers. Now he's making about $16 million per. Alvin Kamara at 15. Zeke's also at 15. Dalvin Cook at 2.5. And same as Derrick Henry. If you're going to re-sign Saquon Barkley, if you're going to get him an extension, it is going to have to be somewhere on this. And if I'm Saquon Barkley, I'm trying to get the most money in the NFL at the running back spot. The franchise tag is currently at $12.6 million for the running back position, and that's my prediction right now. I don't know if Joe Shane really values running backs. Go look at what the Buffalo Bills have done since he was the assistant general manager. I know he was the assistant GM, so he doesn't have all the say-so in the world. That's Brandon Beane. But they never really committed a lot of assets to a running back position, but they never had a running back quite like number 26 in Saquon Barkley. I would extend him, and at the very least, I'd give him the franchise tag. I know that's not what he wants. He wants a long-term deal with some good guaranteed money. You're going to get 12.6 if you get, franchise tagged. I hope it doesn't come to that. That usually is a sign of bad blood between a team and a player. But at the end of the day, that's what I think happens. I think he's going to be with the Giants for a very, very long time. We showed you the numbers. 16 mil for Christian McCaffrey, 15 for Kamara, 15 for Zeke, 12.5 for Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry. Remember, Christian McCaffrey signed that deal a couple of years ago. The price is going up, man. The salary cap is not coming down. So I want to ask you this question. How much per year would you pay Saquon Barkley? Remember how much other people are getting paid? And then sound off in the comment section down below. Today's Giants Now Victory Monday video is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. Well, get started today. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, etc. It makes a great last-minute gift, and the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our own little Giants Now Real One Kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift, and Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. Establishedtitles.com/chat. Take advantage of the awesome deal that they have going on right now. You're not going to find a better deal out there for land in Edelston, Scotland. Grab a plot of Scottish land next to Lord Marshy and Lord Coop, producer Coop, in the building today. Shout out to him. He's hooked up. You get hooked up. Establishedtitles.com/chat. Before we get to the Kenny Golladay stuff, I wanted to focus on the negative at the end and the positive at the front. The Giants are freaking 7-2. Let's embrace it. And Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexy, is a freaking dog. This is someone that the Giants need to keep around. He's going to be a free agent. You got him, Barkley, Daniel Jones. There's going to be a lot of decisions the Giants are going to have to make. And Dexter Lawrence is telling you, you got to pay me. The dude had 9 pressures, 5. Think about that. The man is 340 pounds. And he had 9 QB pressures, 5 QB hits, 5 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and a batted down pass yesterday. The dude is making an argument for being the best defensive tackle or nose tackle in the NFL. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Aaron Donald. The guy's got 33 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 12 QB hits, 35 pressures, and 6 sacks in 10 games. Did I tell you the guy is 340 pounds? You're not supposed to play at that size and do what he does. Dexter Lawrence is a problem, guys. And not a bad problem, a good problem. He's a bad problem for anybody trying to block him. Him with Leonard Williams and Kayvon Thibodeau, and maybe Azeez Ojulari comes back sooner rather than later. This could be one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Dexter Lawrence is playing like an all-pro this year, and I bet he ends up on that team. This awesome stat coming from Doug Keat. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I'll apologize. This stat was awesome. I saw on Twitter. He said the most single-game pressures by a player over 320 pounds in the PFF era since 2006 are the Giants, Dexter Lawrence at 1. This past week against the Texans, he had 9 pressures. Who's 2? Dexter Lawrence again. 8 pressures back in week 4. Mind you, that is 320 pounds. Dexter Lawrence is 340 pounds. I don't know if the Giants won that Odell Beckham trade. I would have never trade him, but they might have got the best player in the deal right now in Dexter Lawrence, and that might not make some people happy, but the facts are the facts. Dexter Lawrence is that dude. Giants got to re-sign him. Let's show him some love. Maybe he comes across this video, family member, whatever it may be. Show him some love in the comment section. Go down and type 97. His jersey number right now in the chat. Show our guy Dexter Lawrence some love and let him know we want to re-sign him and him be a Giant for life. Once a Giant, always a Giant, and only a Giant. Type 97. Show our guy Dexter Lawrence some love. I also want to show some love to our Week 10 MVPs from our watch party. Shout out to my guy James C. Also Crim's dad. Crim's dad sent in the highest super chat, and he won the MVP. But right before, James sent in the highest. And then Crim's dad said, I want to give it to James. It was pretty freaking sweet. James rocking the OBJ jersey. Other people I want to show some love to. Thick's New York Faithful, John Wright, Levantaire, Blakely, Cha, and Dax, as well as Rosalie. I could never forget about you, Rosalie. You guys were awesome yesterday. We set a record on the channel, $1.6 thousand in Super Chats. Shout out to you guys. Week 10 MVPs, Crim's dad, and my guy James C. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. I really, really do. We already talked about Dexter Lawrence. We already talked about Saquon Barkley. Some other winners from the game against the Houston Texans are these guys up on screen. A lot of people played well. We'll get to a loser here in a second, but I want to give some credit to these guys up on screen. Adoree Jackson was great yesterday. Had 4 tackles, 2 pass breakups. Felt like he was really good in coverage. Jason Pinnock hasn't played that much this year. Had 2 sacks yesterday. Daniel Jones had it was a perfect passer rating. Only had 4 incompletions. 2 drops by Kenny Golladay, and 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. Leonard Williams was also great. 5 tackles, half a sack, a forced fumble. He was awesome. And Darius Slayton, he had his coming out party of the season. 3 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown, including that 54-yarder. Darius Slayton, Leonard Williams, Daniel Jones, Jason Pinnock, Adoree Jackson. If I had 5 game balls, they would all get one. I thought they played really, really well. Someone that didn't play well, and might have played their last meaningful snaps for the New York Giants, that's Kenny Golladay. Golladay dropped 2-ish passes yesterday. I would say 1 was really tough. Arms fully extended, just hits off the fingertips a little bit. Daniel Jones said he didn't lead him enough, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But the other one hit him smack dab in the middle of the chest, and he just dropped it. He got alligator arms on a 3-yard drag route. And then he was benched in the second half by Brian Dable. Isaiah Hodgins took his snaps, and then Kenny Golladay spoke to the media, and it pissed me off even more. The post-game quotes pissed me off more than the drop passes. Dan Duggan, who does a great job for The Athletic, shout out to him, best on the beat, said Kenny Golladay on if he agreed with his benching. He said, it really don't matter. Then he was asked if he thought if he should have played more in the second half. He said, I'm going to keep that comment to myself. Then he was asked why this year has been a struggle, and he said, I don't know. I'll tell you why this year's been a struggle. You have 2 catches. You have 3 drops. You've dropped more footballs than you've caught. You didn't play from week 4 to week 10. You had a sprained knee. So you've played in 30-40% of the games. You have more drops than catches. That's why this year hasn't gone well. You're not good at football anymore. I tried to buy in last week. I told you guys that Kenny Golladay was going to score this week. Boy, was I wrong. I tried to speak it into existence. Golladay doesn't deserve to be on this team. You won a football game yesterday. Your team got to 7-2, and you're complaining about playing time? The only thing that should matter is that you got a dub. That's the only thing that matters. But to Kenny Golladay, it doesn't. He's a me guy. He's an I guy. He's not a team guy. I can't wait till he's on this football team next year so I can stop getting my heart broken every week thinking this guy's going to show up. The dude's a stiff, and he doesn't deserve to be on this team. Someone that does and is going to continue to take your reps, Kenny Golladay, is Isaiah Hodgins. Yeah, the guy the Giants claimed off waivers from the Buffalo Bills, played 43 snaps yesterday, took all of Kenny Galladay's snaps in the second half, and he had 2 catches for 41 yards. You know what he can do that you can't, Kenny? Is catch the football. Yes, you got slower, Kenny Golladay. Yes, you got hurt. But the fact that you can't catch anymore is unbelievable. This is the Giants wide receiver depth chart. Slayton, Hodgins, Wandale. You got Golladay, Marcus Johnson, Richie James, and David Sills. Marcus Johnson didn't play that much yesterday. David Sills was inactive, a healthy scratch. Look, I don't know how much longer you can get it done with this wide receiver core, but I do want to see more from Darius Slayton. He's got the speed to be a game changer, and I want to see more from him. A guy I definitely want to see more from is Odell Beckham. Hopefully he signs. He said he has whittled his choices down to a couple teams: Giants, Chiefs, Cowboys, Niners. I think there was one more team that I'm missing out on. Said he wants to sign by the end of November. Was it the Packers as well? I think it was. Did I say Cowboys? I think it comes down to the Cowboys, Bills, and the Giants. Those are the 3 I think it comes down to. Let's talk about Kenny Golladay right now. Use the comment section as a spot to vent, because I want to know what you guys think. You guys know I care what you think about. I go down in the comments. I read them every single day, and I want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on Kenny Golladay? You can be unfiltered. It's all cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. 7-2. 7-2. Coop didn't think it. I didn't think it. I had us winning 9 games, and people called me a homer. Giants are going to win 11, 12 games this year, in my opinion. Maybe you still get to play the Lions. You still get to play the Colts. You still get to play the Commanders twice. And you get to play a fraudulent Vikings team. Maybe you steal one between the Cowboys and the 2 games versus the Eagles. You could win 12 games this year. Playoffs. Yeah, I'm talking playoffs. We're talking playoffs on Giants now. If you made it this far in the video, shout out to you. Type real one in the comment section. Shout out to everybody that stopped by at the watch party yesterday. Best one we've had in channel history. Next week against the Lions, we're topping that. So be there, turn your notifications on. And if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and type real one down below.